In the heart of the ancient Oyo Kingdom, a powerful but aging sorcerer named Arogundade lived in solitude. He was once the king's most trusted diviner, but as time passed, his powers began to wane. He longed for the days when people feared and respected him, when kings knelt before him for guidance. Now, younger sorcerers had taken his place, and he was nothing but a forgotten relic of the past. Determined to restore his power, Arogundade sought out the forbidden magic of the ancestors, one that no living soul had dared to use. The scroll spoke of a ritual that could grant him eternal youth and limitless power, but the warning was clear: if the heart is unclean, the magic shall turn against the one who seeks it. Blinded by his greed, he ignored the warning. At midnight, he climbed to the highest peak of the Oyo Hills, where the wind howled like restless spirits. With sacred herbs and a bowl of black goat's blood, he chanted the incantations. The earth trembled, and a thick darkness surrounded him. He felt the magic surge through his veins, filling him with an energy he hadn't felt in decades. But something was wrong. Instead of the promised youth and power, Arogundade's body twisted in pain. His skin hardened like tree bark, his fingers elongated into claws, and his once powerful voice became a monstrous growl. He had failed. The magic had turned against him. He had become something else. The next morning, villagers woke to a terrifying sight: a monstrous figure lurking in the shadows of the forest. It was tall and hunched, with glowing red eyes and a voice that echoed like 1,000 tortured souls. Some swore it was a demon, others believed it was an angry god. But none knew that the beast was once Arogundade. Soon, strange things began to happen. Crops withered overnight, rivers dried up, and livestock disappeared. The elders of Oyo gathered to consult the new royal sorcerer, Ifeanyi. After deep divination, he spoke gravely. A forbidden magic has been attempted, and its failure has cursed this land. The villagers were terrified. They pleaded with the gods, but the curse only worsened. The king, furious that his kingdom was falling apart, ordered the monster to be captured. Warriors set out with spears and charms, but none returned. For weeks, the kingdom lived in fear. Parents locked their children indoors before sunset, and hunters refused to enter the forest. The whispers grew: the monster is Arogundade, his greed brought this upon us. One night, a young girl named Adunni had a dream. In it, an old man with sorrowful eyes called out to her. "Find the white calabash beneath the iroko tree. Only its water can break the curse." Though she was only a simple weaver's daughter, Adunni was brave. Before dawn, she crept into the forbidden forest, guided only by moonlight. The air was thick with the stench of decay, and unseen creatures rustled in the darkness. But she did not stop. At last, she found the iroko tree, ancient and towering. Digging at its roots, her fingers found something smooth and cold. A white calabash, just as the dream had shown her. As soon as she lifted it, the monster emerged from the shadows. It was hideous, its voice a mix of human pain and animal rage. Adunni trembled but held her ground. "Drink," she whispered, stepping forward. The beast hesitated. Somewhere in its monstrous form, Arogundade's human soul still lingered, tormented by his mistake. With a final growl, he took the calabash and drank. The moment the liquid touched his tongue, a blinding light surrounded him. The monster roared in agony as its body twisted and shrunk. Within moments, Arogundade lay on the ground, human once more but old and frail. The curse was lifted, and the land breathed again. But the gods do not grant second chances easily. With his final breath, Arogundade looked at Adunni. "You are wise beyond your years, child. Let my story be a warning: power without humility is destruction." And with that, he was gone. The people of Oyo celebrated Adunni's bravery, and peace returned to the land. But even today, elders tell the story of the sorcerer who was cursed by his own greed, a reminder that magic, when misused, always comes at a price.